For you to succeed in this world, you must fraternize with spirits. Except you don't want to be great and you don't want to do resounding things. You must make up your mind. Which spirit do you want to fraternize with? Is it evil spirits or is it God's spirit? Let me show you some things in the scriptures as we go. Number one, you see Solomon. Solomon was a young boy. And one night he made tremendous sacrifices. And by there, the Bible said in 1 Kings chapter 3, he said that night, Solomon, the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream. Sir, in a dream. The Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream. And God said, what do you want? Ask, and I will give it to you. Solomon said, you showed great and faithful love to your servant, my father David, because he was honest and true and faithful to you. And you have continued to show this great and faithful love to him today by giving him a son to sit on the throne. Now, O Lord my God, if you have made me king instead of my father David, but I am like a little child who doesn't know his way around, and here I am in the midst of your own chosen people, a nation so great and numerous, they cannot be counted. Give me an understanding heart so that I can govern your people well and know the difference between right and wrong. For who by himself is able to govern these great people of yours? The Lord was pleased that Solomon had asked for wisdom. So God replied, please listen. Because you have asked for wisdom in governing my people with justice, and have not asked for a long life or wealth or the death of your enemy. That means these three things can be asked. Somebody gets what I'm saying? That means these things are part of the thing on the slate in the spiritual realm, that you can demand these things in the spiritual realm, and the spiritual realm can give it to you. Now listen, I give you what you asked for. I give you a wise and understanding heart, such as no man else has had or ever have. I will also give you what you did not ask for, riches and fame. My brother, riches and fame. So riches and fame can be given to a person. So spirits can give riches and fame. You're not getting what I'm saying? That in the realm of the spirit, riches and fame are things that can be given. He said, God is telling him, he didn't go to any business school. Tell me the skill Solomon has. Tell me the business Solomon was doing. He said, see, I give you. Whether you're skillful or not talented, I give you riches and fame. Now let's continue. And if you follow and obey my decrees and my commandments as your father David did, I will give you also a long life. Does it not shock you that some of the politicians you know have refused to die? Let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. Because you don't know that including long life can be given. Does it not shock you? Some of your uncles that are very wicked, they are still not dead. All the good men in your family are dying, and those wicked men are not dying. Because in the realm of the spirit, long life can be given. He shall renew my youth like that of an eagle. The devil is a copier. If youth can be renewed, one day I renew youthness. Oh, you're not getting what I'm saying. I want you to know that life is spiritual. Because as I was studying today, my eyes was open to certain things. He said long life. Then Solomon woke up and realized it has been a dream. Sir, Solomon woke up and realized it's a dream. But Solomon didn't know he was not the Solomon that slept that woke up. He slept a young man, he woke up a wise man. He slept a poor young man, he woke up a rich young man. From that day, wealth began to come to Solomon. From that day, unusual, powerful intellectualism came on him. Suddenly, he didn't know, not by reading a book, not by going to any school in the world of men. Suddenly, he knew how to judge. I want to pray for 200 people that will shout amen like thunder. The Lord is giving you unusual wisdom. In one night, gave Solomon very great wisdom. Not just wisdom, very great wisdom and understanding and knowledge as vast as the sand of the seashore. God gave. Satan is giving up. You know, the Bible said the blessings of the Lord make her rich. It means not only God blesses, there are other things that blesses. Are you with me? Are you with me? Solomon, God gave Solomon wisdom, understanding, and knowledge as vast as the seashore. Now let's continue. In fact, his wisdom exceeded that of all the wise men in the East. He didn't get his own by age. He didn't get it by reading. He got it by spiritual empowerment. Somebody lay hands on your head and speak in tongues. That in your field, in the hospital where you work, before decisions are taken, you are called in your family, because an unusual wisdom is on you. There is a level of empowerment. Oh, Luambe, Loria, Yemio. Oh, let me fall. Oh, let me say. Oh, Luambe, Loria, Yemio. Oh, let me go. Oh, let me say. Now, listen, let's read on. Verse 30. In fact, his wisdom exceeded all the wise men in the East and wise men of Egypt. Remember Egypt. He was wiser than anyone else, including Ethan the Ezrahite, the sons of Mahor, Heman, Kalko, and Dada. His fame spread throughout all the surrounding nations. Why did his fame spread out? Because God gave him fame. So fame can be given. Oh, Jesus. Fame can be given. Let's just stay with me. He composed 3,000 proverbs. By reason of what? The level of wisdom. He wrote 1,005 songs. An album carries at least 10 songs. That means Solomon produced 100 albums. Oh, somebody's not with me. He had the capacity, he produced 100 albums. At least an album is maybe 10 or 15 songs. So Solomon had 100 albums. Now continue. He could speak with authority. He could speak with authority. It means he was a master in this field. He could speak with authority about the kinds of plants. That means usually he knew plants and knew their name. He knew the attributes and features of plants. That means he became a biologist. Oh, that means he understood, is it what they call it? Botany. Botany. He could tell about plants. That's why when you read Proverbs, you read Ecclesiastes, you see him writing about plants. Where did he get that understanding? That means he could see what other men can see. When that empowerment comes, your eye opens. You begin to see things where people are not seeing. The Bible said, he said he could write from the great cedar of Lebanon to the tiny hyssop that grows from the cracks in the wall. He could also speak about animals, birds, small creatures, fish, and kings from every nation send their ambassadors to listen to Solomon. My brother, shout dream. It was just a dream. You know that thing, you wake up, you say, it's just a dream. You don't know dreamland is transaction land. Dreamland is exchange land. That things can be taken from you and things can be put into you just in a dream. It was my spiritual father, Apostle Man, that said a lady had a dream and a woman woke up, injected her with HIV, turned and said, you have HIV, and disappeared. She was a virgin, never had sexual intercourse, went to hospital and she had HIV. Spiritual transactions. One of my pastor friends in this city, their wife was cooking. Somebody appeared, he turned, the person touched the belly and disappeared. My friend prayed 24 hours when the wife was in labor, because the child and the wife almost died. He couldn't sleep. He kept praying as he was in the labor room. She was in the labor room. He was also in the labor room. There are two kinds of labor room. So one problem is that when Zion traveled, the problem is that you're not traveling. You're going to school is good, but also go to the school of the spirit. You must understand that life is unusual. He was laboring. Do you know that when the child was brought out, that, what do you call that thing? Umbilical cord was round 3 times on the neck of the baby. They had to unloose it. Then they used straws to suck out muco from the nostrils of the child. They kept sucking and spitting, sucking. Before they hit the child, the man cried out. The child didn't die because the man refused that the child will not die. See, you must at the time know how to labor for your family, labor for your own destiny, labor. Oh, Kalido Sate Parade. konfraninga la sovalake. Rato shali damando. Rekesu validaka. I can never be small. Lerode. Kampe toselaka. Makada. Nobody has graduated in this family. I have gotten admission, no money to pay school fees. It's a lie. I can never be small. La tombre isko tadai. Makanda. Young people die at 40 in this family. I will not die young. I will not die young. I will not be taken back. They don't marry in this family. I refuse. I must marry. They are not wealthy. Poverty hurts everyone. People rise and fall. I refuse to fall.